The iron gates of Fort Denosion slam shut behind you. The recruiter in the crisp uniform tosses your passport into a steel lockbox and slides a fresh sheet of paper across the desk. You sign a name that is not yours. Your old life is officially dead. Level 1. You are an engagé volontaire. They call you a rouge. The training farm at Castelnaudary is a meat grinder designed to strip away your humanity. You scrub stone floors with a toothbrush until your knuckles bleed. You sleep 3 hours a night. A month ago, you were a civilian. A precision machinist in Lyon. You ran a quiet shop and harbored a mountain of gambling debt. The local syndicate gave you 3 days to pay, or they would take your hands. Your unique legal skill with microcalibrations and industrial lathes meant nothing to them. They just wanted the money. You had no police to call. You had no savings. So you ran to the only place that takes men without a future. You offered your life to France. Now you strip and reassemble the famous assault rifle in the pitch black. You memorize the sing-song French of the brutal instructors. You endure the march of the Kepi Blanc. 50 kilometers with 40 kilos on your back. The blisters on your feet pop and bleed and harden into dead yellow calluses. You do not quit. You survive. You become a legionnaire of the second class. The pay starts trickling in. 1,300 euros a month. It is not a fortune, but it is more money than you have ever held without a gun to your head. You buy a burner phone on a weekend pass. You hide it inside the lining of your dress jacket. You wire the cash to a proxy account to keep your sister safe from the loan sharks. You tell her you got a job on an offshore rig. You lie. Level 2. You pin the rank of caporal to your chest. You are no longer a recruit. You are a functioning cog in the machine. They send you to the sweltering jungles of French Guiana for Operation Titan. Your squad is a collection of ghosts and criminals. Men who ran from worse things than debt. Dragos is a massive Romanian who strangled a man back home. He is your heavy weapons specialist. He spends his downtime carving delicate wooden animals. He sends every cent of his hazard pay to a clinic in Bucharest for his daughter. She has a failing heart. Mateo is a former cartel enforcer from Sinaloa. He adopts the stray, mangy dogs that wander around the forward operating base. They are killers with bleeding hearts. You patrol the dense, suffocating foliage hunting illegal gold miners. The humidity ruts your boots. You move like shadows. You find a massive mining camp tearing up the riverbed. The raid is fast and violently loud. Warning shots crack through the canopy. The garimperos scatter into the trees like insects. They leave their gear behind. One of them leaves behind a child. A boy no older than 10 is left crying in the mud next to a shattered mercury sluice box. The boy is innocent. Orders are orders. You smash the generators. You pour diesel over the sleeping quarters. You burn the camp to ash. You leave the boy sitting in the toxic ruins of his only home. The smoke blocks out the sun. You do not look back. You accept this. It is the job. Level 3. You are promoted to sergeant. You wear the crisp kepi blanc with a dead man's stare. The psychological rot sets in deep. The violence becomes a parasite in your brain. You return to the mainland on a rare leave. The civilian world feels like an alien planet. You walk into a brightly lit cafe in Marseille and immediately locate all 3 exits. You sit in the darkest corner with your back against the solid brick wall. You calculate the lines of sight. You count the seconds between the waitress dropping a glass and the sound of it shattering. You do not sleep at night. When you close your eyes, you hear the hum of malaria mosquitoes. You hear the crack of distant sniper fire. A car backfires on the avenue outside your cheap hotel window. Your hand instantly drops to your hip where your sidearm should be. Your knuckles go white. Your personal life is completely destroyed. Any relationships you tried to build turn to ash. Women leave when they see the absolute coldness in your eyes. They leave when you wake up screaming in a language you do not even speak. You cannot relate to their problems. Their arguments about bills and vacations seem pathetic. You are a ghost inhabiting a perfectly ironed uniform. Level 4. You make the rank of adjutant. You are a veteran. You stand on the parade ground and watch the new recruits stumbling through the gates at Aubagne. They are starving. They are desperate. They are exactly what you used to be. You see a kid from Eastern Europe assembling a machine gun with hands that move faster than yours ever did. Your knees pop loudly when you run the obstacle course. Your lower back constantly aches from a decade of carrying heavy ceramic plates. You look at the kid and you realize the truth. The Legion does not care about your service. You are entirely expendable. You are just a tool in a very large box. A wrench used to tighten the grip of an overseas empire. When the wrench inevitably rusts and strips its gears, they simply throw it away and buy a new one. The kid is your replacement. He is faster. He is cheaper. You could refuse to sign the next 5-year contract. You could walk away, take your French citizenship, and reclaim your real name. But you cannot. The man who owned that name died the day he handed over his passport. The Legion is your blood now. The regiment is your only family. There is no world out there for you anymore. You are violence wrapped in a foreign flag. You buy peace for a country that is not yours by selling your own soul. You are a machine built for war. This story is fiction, but the French Foreign Legionnaires are real. Drop a comment and subscribe.